Welcome to Turning Point. It is the clash of the arch rivals, India taking on Pakistan at the Narendra Modi Stadium. They faced off in front of 90,000 plus spectators in Melbourne last year. This year, 100,000 plus at the Narendra Modi Stadium. It's the biggest game of the World Cup. Pakistan's first ODI in India in more than a decade. It has brought forth all of the usual elements, the jamboree around the build-up, the clamour around the tickets and diplomacy. The biggest question, can Pakistan break the World Cup jinx or India make it 8-0 in the World Cup? But before all the action begins, let me go over to my colleague Osama Shah, who's standing by at the stadium. He's catching up all the buzz. Osama, what's happening? Give us the latest update.
Well, Rika, we have been standing here since morning and the crowd has been pouring in non-stop. There was a period of half an hour when both the sides of the road, it's a kilometer-long stretch, where the traffic was stopped because both the team buses were going inside the stadium, and since then, the crowd has been coming in non-stop. The entire place is a sea of blue. There are very few Pakistani fans, and we did speak to a lot of these fans, and everyone, there is a very good vibe around this particular match. Everyone is hoping for an exciting encounter. Everyone is hoping for a good close match, and this is what they expect out of this match as well. Pakistan playing in India after 7 long years, and especially in a stadium which basically can house at more than 1 lakh people. So this is an exciting affair. A lot of people are at this point of time dancing outside the stadium. A lot of these people are still trying to get inside the stadium, and everyone is generally very excited about this encounter. Remember, everyone is also a little wary about the fact that both the teams are coming off on the back of a victory. Both the teams have won 2 matches, and for them to come here and clash in this contest, I think it is going to be a very close affair. And like you see behind me, the crowd has been coming in non-stop. The crowd hasn't stopped coming in, and everyone, whoever that we have talked to, people have been coming from different countries, people have been coming from different states, and everyone wants this to be a good encounter. Everyone wants this and hopes this is a very close encounter. We'll try to talk to some of the fans. We'll try to talk to some of the fans here as well. And look at this. Look at the colors. Look at the colors here.
Osama, let's give our viewers the news from the middle. India has won the toss and they are bowling first. I can see a lot of the fans still trying to get into the stadium. Tell us about those special characters that you have been meeting along the way.
Well, I've been meeting a lot of these characters. I met an 80-year-old couple, the husband supporting the Pakistan team, the wife supporting the Indian team. So it's a very friendly atmosphere out here, and everyone is trying here to enjoy cricket, and that is what these gentlemen are here also trying to do. आप जो है वो पूरे तिरंगे में जो है वो तिरंगा पहन के आए हैं. आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि आज इंडिया कैसा खेलेगी?
इंडिया जो है आज ऐसा खेलेगी यादगार मैच कि कभी आप लोगों ने भी और यहाँ के जो है अहमदाबाद के और पूरे गुजरात वालों ने, बल्कि इंडिया वालों ने भी नहीं देखा होगा. ऐसी हम अपेक्षा करते हैं कि आज छक्के और चौकों की बारिश कर देगी.
कौन सा बैट्समैन जो है वो ज़्यादा अच्छा खेलेगा?
गिल के लिए, गिल बीमार हो के आए, पर उनके लिए सारा इंडिया दुआ करता है, सारा दुआ करती है. और दूसरा कैसा है, एक मिनट, पाकिस्तानी हमारे गेस्ट हैं, पर आज हम उनके साथ मेहमान नवाजी नहीं करेंगे. हमने पूरी तैयारी कर ली है. आज की रात अहमदाबाद में दिवाली होगी और इंडिया
As you can see, a lot of excitement among these fans.
Well, I'm joined in the studio by my guests Sabah Karim and Vijay Daya, former Indian cricketers. We also have guests from across the border, Sikandar Bakht, former Pakistan cricketer, and Majid Bhatti, a very senior journalist. I'll come to you, Vijay. You're very excited with the news that Shubman Gill is back in the side. Of course, Rohit Sharma did say 99% chance of him coming back, but that when 1% we were still mulling over.
You hardly see any cricketer playing 100%. And a game like this, even if you're 80% fit, you will jump and you say, I want to play this kind of game. And you know, he's somebody who's been among the runs in last year or so. He's the highest run getter for India. He plays on this ground. He's got a lot of good memories on this ground. And we always talk about India-Pakistan game opportunity to become a hero. I don't think so. Anyone would like to miss an opportunity like this.
Sikandar ji, I'll have to ask you about, you know, Shubman Gill being back in the side. Would you say that this lends India a definite psychological advantage against Pakistan? A, this is Shubman's favourite ground. B, he's been one of the most successful ODI batters for India in the last 1 year.
Yeah, in the last game, I remember Gill was not played so well against Pakistan. He played about 11 overs, he didn't score runs. But after that, in the Asia Cup, he was scoring continuously, and he was a constant scorer for the Indian. I'm sure India must be very happy to have him back, and it will be a good contact between the Shaheen Shah Afridi and him. We'll see how his in-swingers work this time or not, because he's not bowling the way he used to bowl. So we have to wait and see. It's good luck for him.
Sabah, the last time around we saw India taking on Pakistan, Ishan Kishan also had played a memorable knock, which was against Pakistan in Asia Cup. He scored 81 runs, so 81 or 82 runs. What would he be thinking at this moment? You know, having played that knock against Pakistan, he's left out of this big World Cup game.
That's healthy, I think. You know very well that whenever you get an opportunity, you need to go out and perform, and Ishan has done that. But he understands his position. In the pecking order, he's still number 2. Number 1 has to be Shubman Gill. And I think with Shubman getting back in the 11, it adds more heft to the Indian batting lineup. So we can look forward to some more exciting clash. Shaheen Shah Afridi, we're talking about Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli. Let's add Shubman Gill there also. What about the spinners? So I think this is a big game, maybe the biggest game we will get to see in a one-day match after several years. Have to be played at Ahmedabad, 110,000 Indian fans. Is going to be excitement galore. So let's hope for an exciting clash. So and I really want to see a thriller here, because we are waiting for a close game. We haven't seen that close game so far in this World Cup. So to get the buzz going, you want to see a close encounter. And
absolutely,
the best two teams, if they can fight it out right in the middle, and then we can wait for an exciting clash. That's what we're hoping for.
Absolutely, because right, please go on.
Ask Sabah, didn't he watch the Pakistan-Sri Lanka match? It was a very close finish. I think it was a very exciting match.
That was an easy game for Pakistan, Sikandar, right? You won by 6 wickets. Initial hiccup, but then with that partnership of Abdullah Shafiq and Mohammad Rizwan, it was a foregone kind of a result. But I really hope, Sikandar bhai, that after ages, India is playing a one-day game against India in India in front of a capacity crowd of 110,000. I really hope both the teams put up the best display, and we get to see one of the best encounters we've ever seen before.
Sabah, you were talking about my hair in the last show, and you still have a black hair, very dark black hair. Well done.
That is a secret I will reveal later.
Okay, send me the message.
This question is for you. You know, 2003 World Cup, when India was playing Pakistan, I read in Sachin Tendulkar's book that he said Centurion was on his mind for a month. MS Dhoni, who throughout his career never shut out his door, he said before that 2011 match against Pakistan, I was one day he shut his hotel door. What would really be the players thinking at this moment? How to shut out that noise?
It's a challenge. It's not so easy. Some people are blessed to do that quite easily. Some are not, and that is why they fall by the wayside. That is why what Sachin has said, or what MS has talked about his preparation. I think each individual have got their own way of tackling this kind of pressure, and I'm sure the kind of experience this Indian team has had with the players who have several encounters against Pakistan, most of them are pretty well equipped to handle that. I think that is the biggest challenge, Rika. How do you shut out that outside noise? If you're able to do that, and as I said, all these individuals have their own method of preparing for a game like this, and if they can continue to focus on what is their expectations on how they have to perform, I think that should be good enough for India.
And I think there's another thing that I would like to add, what just Sabah was just mentioning here, that a lot of these players spend time with each other. If you're alone, then you let all these things get into your mind. But when you always around somebody or the other, you get into some sort of a conversation, you are always busy, so you don't get that much time to think about what's coming next.
I'll have to ask Sikandar ji about your captain Babar Azam. He's a spunky character. I really like the way he comes across, speaks to the media, neutralizes pressure. He said that they have played big games in front of big crowds. He wanted to put that 8-0 behind. But is it really possible, given the kind of form that he is in? He has not really come to the party in this World Cup as yet.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point, because he, as far as the playing in front of a big crowd is very natural for every sportsman, because we have been playing cricket all over the world. All the boys are playing. But that point, because Babar only scored 15 runs so far in the 2 World Cup matches, so he must be under pressure. Everybody expecting a lot from him. He's a very famous cricketer right now all over the world, and especially in Pakistan, he's like a big thing. And I can see the Indian fans also like to see him bat. Like we in Pakistan, we also like to see Kohli playing in Pakistani grounds in front of us, so we want to watch him too. So same way, I hope Babar plays a very good inning in front of the big crowd, so at least they can see the class he has.
Sikandar bhai, this is a follow-up question. Does this responsibility of captaincy lie heavy on Babar Azam, or is he a natural leader? The way I could see, I just feel that at times he's under too much of pressure as a captain to perform.
I say, if you take my personal opinion, I never think he's a natural captain. He's learning all the time. So for me, it's a big pressure on him, but he likes to take that pressure, because I've told him so many times in my show. So please, why don't you leave the captaincy like Tendulkar did? Kohli did, so why don't you leave the captaincy and just concentrate on your batting? But he says no, he wants to be a captain and wants to bat, so let him face the pressure. He likes to do that, let him do it.
Majid bhai, coming to you, this is a wicket. They're saying that it'll yield a lot of runs. India clearly batting first. Would you say at the end of the day, India bowling first, at the end of the day, the match will be decided by whichever team is able to bowl well? It'll be bowlers versus bowlers, and not India's batters versus Pakistan's bowlers.
Yes, Vika, you are absolutely right. देखिए, मैं थोड़ा सा अगर अपनी मेमोरी को रिकॉल करूं तो 2005 में पाकिस्तान इंडिया मैच हुआ अहमदाबाद में. ग्राउंड सेम था, मेरा ख्याल स्टेडियम चेंज हो गया. इंडिया ने बनाया 315 रन, और लास्ट बॉल पे अगर आपको याद हो, इंजमाम ने सचिन को, मुझे आज भी याद है, मैं उस वक्त मौजूद था, कवर्स में बस ऐसे पुश किया, चौका हो गया और पाकिस्तान वन बाय 3 विकेट्स. तो मेरा ख्याल में दिस इज ऑल अबाउट प्रेशर. अगर पाकिस्तान की बैटिंग इंडिया के फर्स्ट 10 ओवर्स में प्रेशर सस्टेन कर गई, तो आई थिंक इट विल बी अ गुड मैच बिटवीन पाकिस्तान एंड इंडिया.
Sabha, what do you think? It is a match that's going to be between bowling team of one side and bowling team of the other side?
Well, I would always look at Pakistan's bowling versus India's batting, but not anymore, because I sincerely feel that without Naseem Shah, their attack is depleted. They don't have attacking spinners or wicket-taking spinners who can do the job for them in the middle overs. They rely heavily at this stage on Shaheen Shah Afridi. So if India can absorb the pressure of the first 10 overs, initial spell of Shaheen Shah Afridi, Hassan Ali and maybe Haris Rauf, then I think India will be on top because of this massive batting power that India has. But at this stage, because India is bowling, India would look to bundle out Pakistan. Not a big score. Although I do believe that this is a terrific track for batting. But India would look to restrict Pakistan to maybe 270, 280, and this kind of a track under lights with a little bit of dew coming in, it may be an easy chase for India.
I'd like to ask a question to your guests. Which kind of a pitch is Ahmedabad? I have seen the last match. I was following it. Your steamers took 7 wickets in that match. Which kind of a pitch Ahmedabad is going to give us?
It's going to be a very good batting track, flat batting track. That's what we have seen in the IPL as well. We have seen very high-scoring games there, and I don't see any change. And the confirmation for that is the captain winning the toss, and he wants to chase, that gives you an indication that much is not going to change, and that's the reason why Indian team has decided to chase as well. So normally you get a very good batting track there.
So Sikandar bhai, I guess if Pakistan has to win this match, or if Pakistan wants to put pressure on India, they need to get at least 325, 350 on board. That is the only way you can apply pressure on India's batting lineup.
I totally agree with you, because the trend in the World Cup is like that you have to score 300 plus runs to win a match, or to put pressure on the other side. So I think they have to score that many runs.
The other thing, Rika, I mean, like, we all of us are talking about here that early wickets are so important for Pakistan to get those early wicket and put pressure on Indian batting. You see what happened in the first game. We lost 3 early wickets, and still Virat Kohli and KL Rahul, I mean, like, the way KL is batted and the way KL is batting after coming back from the injury is such a good sign. And the others have not even tested yet.
We were questioning the middle order.
Yeah, we are saying that, and then Rohit coming back after that Australian low score and getting 100, and the way he got that 100. And now Shubman is also added to this batting line. Although you wanted to say a few things and by make this conversation more interesting and say that early wickets, early wickets will be a starting point, but still as a Pakistani bowling unit you have to do quite a lot. But first they are batting, so they need to put runs on the board. And let's not forget about, we are saying 300 plus, but on big games, runs on the board, you always have that scoreboard pressure. But if you can anywhere close to that 300, I think you have something, definitely have something on the board to fight with.
Sikandar, I agree with Sabah over here, because I can see that Pandya only scored 11 runs in 2 matches, so that means he didn't get much batting practice, and the Jadeja didn't get a chance to bat in 2 matches. So I think the pressure will be on your lower middle order, where the Jadeja and Pandya bat. So do you think it's going to affect you?
Well, if it comes to that, then both of them are equally capable of putting some big scores, Sikandar bhai. But having said that, I do believe India's top order is quite heavy, especially with Shubman Gill back in the 11. Rohit Sharma, we know what a fabulous player he is. Virat Kohli in sublime form at this stage. Number 3, you have Shreyas Iyer. Number 4 came back from injury. I got 100. So I think the Indian batting looks very good at this stage. Yes. If Pakistan if they can manage to get 3-4 early wickets, then I think the pressure will be on India. But as I said, both Hardik and Ravindra Jadeja, because they haven't had too many opportunities to bat, still they are capable of putting some big scores for their side.
Sikandar ji,
one other question. You have Thakur on the side. Why not Ashwin? Do you think this pitch is not going to help the spinners?
Well, Sikandar bhai, the way I look at it, India prefers to have Shardul Thakur in the 11 on a flat track, because they believe that a bowler with more variations will be more decisive than a finger spinner. That is the reason why they have preferred Shardul Thakur. And going ahead, whenever India plays any of these World Cup matches on flat track, you'll find this kind of combination. India will play Ashwin only if the Indian team management feels that the wicket is on the slower side, or may assist the spinners with a little bit of turn off the surface.
But it's a very good point here, because it's a point of it's a debatable sort of a call in India as well. A lot of people are saying that, why do you need that sort of insurance at number 8? Why not going with the out-and-out fast bowlers? Mohammad Shami is not played yet. He's somebody...
That's actually my question. Yeah. On this track, not playing Mohammad Shami, is that a wise call? Because he's got, quite a few wickets on this track. He plays IPL for the Ahmedabad team. He knows what this track is all about. And yesterday, I saw some pictures of him bowling in the nets with full tilt. And it seems that he was raring to go.
I don't know about the wise call or not, but I'm very happy that I'm on this call and have Pakistani guests as well. and Indian 4 fast bowlers who can bowl 140 plus. I mean, like, when was the last time that we talked about that we can have four fast bowlers who can clock 140 plus, and we have the luxury of that. So that there is a big debate going on here as well, that you have these kind of options. And when we talk about batting, I mean, like, Ashwin is also capable to bat at that number. So you're right that selection of Shardul Thakur there is a bit of a talk in India as well about that number.
I'll have to ask a question to both Sikandar ji and Sabah, to you as well as Vijay, about the 2 premier fast bowlers in this contest, Jasprit Bumrah and Shaheen Afridi. What is it that Bumrah has done right and Shaheen hasn't? Is it the length? that the hard lengths that Bumrah has bowled and Shaheen hasn't. What has been the difference? Yes, Sabah, you go.
The control which Jasprit Bumrah has shown, not only with the express delivery that it clicks about 145 plus, but also with the slower delivery. And I think that is why I've said this on so many occasions, that for Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah in any phase of the game is a wicket taker because of his ability to bring in so much of variation, and is not easy to pick. Shaheen Shah Afridi somehow, for some odd reason, does not look to be in the right kind of rhythm. The momentum is missing to a large extent, and I think that is why he has struggled. Even whenever he has tried to bring the ball into the right-hander, he has drifted on the leg side, and that easy runs for any right-hander. So India would be pretty happy to have that kind of intent against Shaheen Shah Afridi. But he remains a very important bowler for Pakistan. If he can get back his rhythm, then he can be extremely decisive for Pakistan.
I think for Shaheen, I feel like because of that.
Everyone is talking about Jasprit Bumrah and Shaheen Shah Afridi, but I think as far as Pakistan is concerned, Haris Rauf will be the key.
Okay.
And why is that?
See, I'm a big fan of Bumrah. I always admire him, his bowling action, the way he bowls, and he's very experienced than the Shaheen. Shaheen is not that experienced than Bumrah, and he has survived all the injuries and all those pressures. So he's more experienced and better bowler. Shaheen is struggling right now. Today is a very important day for him. He has to bowl on a proper line. As Sabah mentioned, that he's bowling towards down the leg side to the right-handers, which is easy to hit. For the left-hander, he will be very dangerous. So he's not bowling the right line. The direction is not the right now, and he's trying too hard. So let's see. But I am a fan of Bumrah.
Also, Sikandar Bhai, if I can just add here.
Yes, and Vijay has a question to Majid.
Please go ahead.
No, my question was why do you
think Haris Rauf?
Haris Rauf is more important than anyone else as far as the Pakistani bowling is concerned?
Yes, because he is bowling around 140, 150. I think he will be the key for Pakistani bowling lineup. If Haris Rauf bowl well today, I think India will be in big trouble in this match.
That the quality for Haris Rauf is he's a very good bowler with the old ball, and especially in the last overs he has the variation thing. I think he's the best bowler as far as the variation goes. He doesn't hold the ball with the seam. He always hold the ball across the seam. And he tried to spin it with his fingers. He tried to spin the ball with that kind of a speed, and his slower ones are very effective. So I consider him as one of the best bowlers in the last overs. So let's see how he bowls today.
At times he is expensive, Sikandar Bhai, but he remains the best wicket-taking option for Pakistan, especially in the middle overs. But you would know better, I think, in such important encounters, such big games, for a bowler, it is very important, one, to understand the nature of the surface and pick the right length to bowl on that surface. Also the right line we're talking about, but also the right pace. And on top of that, more importantly, Sikandar Bhai, it's such bowlers who are able to understand the opposition batting lineup or the opposition batters, and then you devise your plan according to that. So such bowlers will be far more effective in such an important encounter.
And that's the reason why I feel Bumrah is that's where Bumrah score more points when we're doing the bit of a comparison there. Somebody who's had more injuries, somebody who's played that important role time and time again. But one advantage here with Bumrah is that he's got a complete sort of a bowling unit with him. I think that's where Shaheen is struggling a bit, because it's about only three fast bowlers. They don't have that wicket-taking option at the moment, Pakistani side, from over number 11 to 40, where spinners are dominating the game. India have many more options there. So whenever Shaheen comes, it's attack only from the one side. But at times when Bumrah comes, there is a pressure from the other end as well.
Well, at the end of the day, it will be all about nerves of the cricketers in the middle, and the one who's able to hold will come out as the winner tonight. With that, a quick break on the show. More on the other side. Stay tuned.